Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. As always, it is awesome to see you. Thanks for tuning in and stopping by. I debated long and hard about today's topic, mainly because I thought to myself, who is going to give a flying flip? So perhaps there's a couple of you that will find this to be interesting. If you watched last week's unboxing video, you might have noticed, if you have been with me in any shape or form since this video series started, that the beard went bye-bye. Yeah, it was time. I have always had some kind of facial hair, and I decided to try a beard, and it was a fun experiment. There were some things that I loved about having a beard, and I'm sure that I'm going to have another one down the road. One of the interesting things about it is that I did feel it aged me a little bit. There was more gray, the longer that it got, and so put on about 10 years or so. And I found that it was pretty polarizing. People either loved it or hated it. And there were a few folks who didn't like it who let me know in no uncertain terms. Now, they weren't the reason why I shaved it. It was time for a change. And this is the look that I have actually had since the year 2010. Now, why is that year so important? Why have I had this predominantly on my face since then? Well, because it was the first year that I went down to Guatemala. Guatemala is a beautiful country. There are jungles in Guatemala. There are, lots of flora and fauna, volcanoes. But for me, what made the country special were the people. People down there, at least in the circles that I ran into, were just beautiful, hospitable, welcoming, warm, kind. So I definitely appreciated them. Guatemala is also a third world country. It is predominantly impoverished, and so that is rather heartbreaking to see. My church partners with some other churches and has overseen a children's nutrition project down there, since the year 2000. So we have been helping to feed and nourish young ones since then. So that's a good thing, proud to be a part of that. That first trip that I took in 2010, when I was down there, I happened to notice that a lot of the guys had this same do, if you will. Check out my friend Guillermo here, who has been rocking it since I've known him. There was a point in the trip when I asked him, Guillermo, I see a lot of these guys are wearing the same kind of cut. Does it have a name? And he said, yeah, we call it the Golondrina. Golondrina. Here in the States, we call it the anchor because the bottom half of it really does look like a boat anchor. But I think Golondrina sounds a little bit more exotic. I think it translates to swallow, as in the bird. But that may be a spelling difference. I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, Golondrina. I loved the look when I saw it. At the time, I just had just a plain old regular goatee, which I had been wearing for a number of years. And I know that some people up here call it a Van Dyke. So I don't know. Over the years, these names, they change. I don't know if it's regional or whatnot. But again, who cares? But that was a wonderful trip and life-changing in many ways. And I've been down there quite a few times since then. If there was one thing that I could do, I would take every North American who is in middle to upper class, take them down with me to a trip in Guatemala, just to experience, if people haven't already, what life is like in a third world country, one that is impoverished. I mean, we are talking about some regions that they're living off a garden. We're talking about some regions that they've got a rain barrel. That's their only source of gathering water. Or, some remote areas, they don't have restrooms. They're running to the local grove of trees and doing their business there. There's a lot that we take for granted up here. And, we squabble about some pretty stupid stuff. So, I don't know. Anyways, enough about that. On our last day, we spent a day shopping in Antigua. Antigua is one of the larger cities there. It's definitely got some unique charm, a volcano overlooking the city itself. As we were walking through and doing our shopping, I happened to notice that there were quite a few barbers that were located throughout. And it's then that I came up with an idea. So I went to Guillermo and some of the other guys in our group that were Guatemalan, and I said, hey, is there any way possible that I could wake up early, before breakfast, and head to one of these barbers and have them cut the golondrina for me so I can surprise my North American cohorts at breakfast? And they thought about it a bit and came up with an alternative idea, for whatever reason. Maybe it wasn't a good idea. Guillermo volunteered that he would cut my golondrina for me. So he went and they purchased some single blade razors, woke up early in the morning, and they cut the golondrina for me. And my group that I was with, when I walked in at breakfast, they started laughing. They loved it. They thought it was just great. So, it's kind of been with me ever since. And one of the reasons why I wear this look is because in a lot of ways, I'm carrying Guatemala with me. I think about the children. I think about my friends down there. And, it's just kind of a cool thing for me in my heart. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, and you are still with me, then that is a sign. That is a sign. Seriously, if you haven't subscribed yet, I would love for you to be a subscriber. But no worries if not. I'm just glad that you are here. And, again, thank you for being here today, subscriber or not. I hope you're doing well. Until next week's video, as usual, light and love to you all. Take care. Bye now.